if you look at the time in the bottom right, you can tell that I'm extremely late. Had to do work early. Had to do a change of shift, unfortunately. So I'm coming in late. But after the Janna reveal, man, I don't know, man. I don't know what more can be done, if I'm being honest, as far as like just blowing my mind. So we're gonna scroll on up. Hopefully you guys keep it locked here. It's been Runeterra mostly because of the reveals, but I promise I'll get to some of the other game modes eventually. League of Legends TFT, keep it locked here. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get to it. We have boom. Oh wait, these are token cards. Where's the real card? Boom! There we go. Pick an explorer spell to create in hand. And this is Octo Adventure, is Bilgewater PNZ, so you can use it in both. It is elusive as well. And these are, looks like these are the explorer cards. So one of them is Explorer's Blunder. It's a Shurima card. Is there a reason to note what region they're from? I don't know if there's a reason for that, but disable a enemy's positive keywords this round, and again at the next round start. So basically like a silence that also goes through, not a silence, like a quick burial sands, whatever the hell it's called, for that round and the next round, which is pretty cool. And it's an enemy's positive keyword, so it could be a champion as well, but they are, you know, they're not silenced, so they can still level up and all this other stuff. That's cool. And then we have this one, which is a slow speed one. Destroy a unit's equipment. That looks so cool. And you get to pick it too. I just wanted to double check that. Heal an ally or your Nexus by 2. So what is that? 3 mana and then 2 mana. Not that bad. Not that bad. I'm just trying to see. So these are all 2 mana as well. And this one is Destroy a Landmark. I think the Destroy a Landmark is probably the more important one, depending on how crazy landmarks get at all times, is that you have a PNZ already has one. I think Bilgewater would like to have that. If landmarks get out of control in the meta, I think that that's kind of where that comes, right? So pretty interesting card. But they're just like random cards. There's just like 4 random cards from each region. And I'm looking at, I just quickly looked at each one, and I realized that they all say pick an explorer, explorer spell to create in hand. So this guy does it. This guy's elusive. This one is Demacia Freljord, and it has a challenger on it. It's on a 2/3 body. This is 3 cost. This one's 3 cost. I like this one a little bit better so far. And then you have Bilgewater, Ionia, and I think before when we were looking at it, people could kind of guess like where they were from. This one is a 2 cost, 1/1 attune, and Bilgewater, Bandle City, Ionia. This one is not. This one was the easiest one. You got the Reforge plus Shurima. That was like a real easy one. Pick the Explorer card, and then this one is Targon Shadow Isles. Lifesteal. I kind of like having another Lifesteal unit in Shadow Isles, but now also another Lifesteal unit in Targon. So the cards themselves are pretty interesting, especially this one is a recall unit. That's actually both the recall regions, right? Bandle City has recall, and so does Ionia. This one is the same thing, like some of the buff regions. So buff challenger seems pretty cool. This thing being elusive, but yeah, this is where a lot of the elusives lie. I know there's Targon and Ionia elusives as well, but this decent region for that. I think that's kind of how you look at these cards. It's also the region that they're in and what that supplies. Now you can also run, obviously, a Noxus deck and a, let's me think of a Ionian right here, bottom here. Let's just think about Blade Dance, right? Blade Dance is Shurima, Ionia. And then you could also throw these cards in the deck as well too. I think that the Lifesteal one, I feel like Lifesteal is a very hard to find keyword, and it's just super duper strong, and I think it is, so I think, but it is a 3-drop, but understated 3-drop, but you get to pick these. It's not a random assortment from what I can say, so like you play this card and you get whatever one you need. I like the one like Disabled. This one's really strong. I also don't know if the opponent can see which one you pick. I'm assuming that they can, but whether they can or can't, you're basically gonna pick whatever you need. If you're below on HP, you're gonna pick this one. Unless it's tied to the region, which that would be stupid, but you're low on HP, this one, or you need that heal, you're going to pick this one. If they have an annoying landmark, you're going to just pick that one. They have an equipment that you need to kill, you're fighting Darkins, or you're fighting an equip-based deck, boom, you pick that one. And you can run, obviously you got to remember, guys, that this is like 3 copies. It's something that I didn't like, I usually don't like remember, like even with the Janna package that they released, that like some of these cards could be, this is 3 copies. You know, this card, you can have 3 copies of it. This card, you can have 3 copies. So, like, when you play, like, the figurehead, you know, there could be 2 of them on the field, right? Headmistress could be 2 of them on the field. Actually, I really want to know what happens when you have Headmistress have 2 of them on the field. So, playing multiple copies of this means that you're always going to have a good time. Like, you're always going to have the ability to counter something, but that's what it looks like. It doesn't look like it's anything to progress the game state for yourself. It looks like you're just playing these cards as additional counters. So, if your deck needs like an answer, like how people would just, like, if you're running Shadow Oz, you just throw in a Vengeance in there. I feel like that's what this is about. It's about more like tying up loose ends in your deck. Plus, like I said, depending on the region that you're using, you also get a nice keyword that goes with it. This one is the only one that seems to get the Mega Shaft. 2 cost 3/1 in Noxus or Shurima just seems like the worst one, because at least 2 mana attune, you get 1 mana back. That's amazing. This one has Challenger, like I said, in a region that kind of has buffs, so that's pretty good. The Elusive, that's okay. Elusive, I feel like is decent. I think this would be like the 2nd weakest, and I think that this one's the best. This one's the 2nd best, 3rd best, and those 2 can have a party for last. Not that exciting, I would say, but an interesting concept. Unless, like, and they don't even mix with the elemental thing either. So it's like a bunch of stuff that's just like a whole bunch of So, but I don't even think, sorry, I'm getting lost in my thought. But normally what they would also do, just so you guys know, the expansion thing, I think, is on the 13th, right? So on the 13th, that means that it's very, very, very likely that what they will do is that tomorrow will then be another card set reveal thing. And then Tuesday, they would actually drop the last champion. People get access to early access, and then the 13th, the Wednesday, is when everything actually drops for everybody, and then things of that nature. I'm gonna see if I can get early access. I feel like they don't give early access because I don't contact them, but at the same time, I also feel like they haven't given you early access because I feel like I don't have my face on the screen. I feel like I might. Maybe I'll change that if that's something that you guys are interested in. I usually don't have face cam on just because it's easier to record videos, but I've been thinking about changing that slightly if that's something that you guys would be interested in. Maybe to see my face reacts on certain things when they pop up. I've been thinking about it. Not saying it's guaranteed to happen if you guys want it. I was just curious if you guys really care, or do you want to see more of the screen in League or TFT or stuff like that. Anywho. Don't want to make this video too long because I don't think that there's much to talk about with this. It's just, like I said, just solid cards that give you answers that pretty much level out the deck. I think that they had to eventually drop these cards, right? Because the last couple reveals have been so crazy, they had to eventually put the duds in there. They should have added these cards in there too. Or maybe in the Warrior Grave, maybe to mix it up a little bit, but yeah, there's eventually going to be some duds. But like I said, let me also add this in there too. I did say that when it comes down to all this draw stuff, having answers in your deck is going to be important, right? Having the ability to draw into something that is going to take care of something, or even something like this, is amazing. So I actually do think that these cards are really, really good. I just don't think that they're exciting, right? Like, these cards are obviously good, especially it covers all the regions, and then you just throw one of them in there because there's better to draw that than potentially something else in your deck, right? Because you get a body plus a spell that can answer something that you needed to answer. So obviously really good. I don't think there's much to say. I almost don't even feel like releasing this video if I'm being honest, but figured I'd just keep up with the algorithm, right? So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one, which, well, my assumption would be another reveal of cards and then a champion. Now, if they wanted to go with the 4 champion one, they would drop a champion tomorrow, which wouldn't make any sense to me whatsoever. They drop a champion tomorrow, and then Monday they do another partial card review, and then 12 they do the 4 champion. But I don't think we're getting 4. I think that they've done this before, where they do one that's just like a router scatter, and then tomorrow you get another scatter, and then, you know, champion, early access, everyone access. So that's what my prediction is. So I'll see you guys in that one. Peace.